When we talk about careers in esports, most of the time our minds go directly to being a gamer, to playing the video games, and sometimes we think about, wow, the only real career in esports is to be what's called a pro gamer. I have heard anecdotally that it is more difficult to become a pro esports player than it is to be drafted into the NFL. I mean, that's an amazing statistic, but it is true. So what kind of careers are available if you have a student or if you are someone who is interested in a career in esports? Well, you have to think very wide of what you can do in the industry of esports. These things would be things like software development, working for companies that build the games, so you could get a degree in computer science. It might be in hardware or networking technology. It might be in marketing. It might be in HR. It might be in social media management. There's a whole realm of jobs that are available in the esports industry. Managing a location like this, for instance, is a career because we put these things all over the place. Being a general manager in a franchise like ours, where you can oversee multiple locations that are in this particular industry. You can get a job as a caster, meaning you're the announcer of games that may be streamed on Twitch or on some other platform. The list of industries that you can be involved in is endless. What about fitness? Fitness, people think, my goodness, what are you talking about fitness or working out? Most pro esports teams have a designated time every single day when they have to work out. They have to have a nutritionist. They have to have things to help them be incredibly strong, because sitting at one of these stations for 12 hours at a time playing a game, being completely focused, is incredibly difficult. So the way that we have learned in the industry to overcome that is we have to get gamers into the gym. Well, if you send them into the gym, guess what? You're gonna need a trainer, right? You're gonna need a nutritionist to help them. So the picture that I want to paint for you is that when you think about careers in esports, do not limit it to just being a gamer, okay? That is one part of it, but there are lots of aspects around that that help to support the industry. An easy way to understand this is just to think about traditional sports, right? So if you think about a baseball team, we're here in Springfield, so we think about the Kansas City Royals or the St. Louis Cardinals, and you think about the head office of what it takes to actually run that organization. It takes a lot more than just Pujols coming up to bat and hoping he's gonna hit a home run. Of course, we may not be able to ever see that again because he's retired. But you get the idea. It takes trainers, it takes people to help him work out, it takes analysts to do that, there's people announcing the game, there's lots of activities that are real careers, I know that because this is not just a location here in Springfield, we are a franchise. Our headquarters for our franchise is not in this building, it's down on the campus of Missouri State University in a place called the E Factory, and we have lots of staff that do lots of things to help this run, and they are not all gamers. They do lots of different typical career things, but they are in the industry of esports. So as you're talking with your child about being in this industry, make sure that they don't feel constricted to, I just have to be really great at Valorant, or I have to be really great at Rocket League or League.
Esports. I had no freaking idea how big esports was until my son asked me if he could get tickets to go to the League of Legends World Championship at the Staples Center, which sold out in, I think, 5 minutes, the entire Staples Center. This is a huge swath of opportunity for us, right? Let's take a look at it. Look at the compound annual growth rate of esports and revenue, right? 194 million back in 2014, up 67% year over year in 2015, another 42 in 2016, and another 40 by 2019 projected, right? Compare it to the National Hockey League, it's more. Compare it to Major League Soccer or the NBA, it's more. Only NFL, by a hair, by the way, currently is more. This is a huge place that you need to look for content in terms of influencers, in terms of venues. There's all kinds of opportunities here. And the interesting thing is now it's cheap. So Faker, he's only making $200,000 a year playing League of Legends. And Serena is making $2.6 million, but Ice Ice is making $1.8 playing Dota 2. That's pretty amazing, right? And so now is the time, I think, to connect with these influencers who have these huge these huge user bases and fan bases, because this is where a lot of us have advertised in the past, but Wimbledon, the Players' Championship, and the Daytona 500 are going to be subsumed by these guys. They're going to be overwhelmed by their success. And looking at the demo of the eSports player, they skew primarily male, but curiously enough, almost 30% female. So it's not just male, right? And the age group is that really, really coveted 25 to 44-year-old demographic. And a lot of these people, 65% almost across the board, with college degrees, married, children, and income in excess of $75,000 a year, which might be somebody that you want to connect with and sell your stuff to. The major platforms already get it, right? Amazon launching eSports Store, Facebook, Google, all of these folks are on it already. And here's what's going on right now. Endemic, meaning these brands that are actually related to gaming. Endemic advertisers, you've got Twitch. We went to the first annual Twitch conversion 2 years ago, and it was at the Moscone Center, I think it's called, in San Francisco, and it was full. It was full, right? So all of these guys, you expect to see them there, but look who's there already that's non-endemic. You've already got Coke and Red Bull and Geico, right? Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew makes sense. And then likely to join in the near future, Allstate and more separated directly from gaming brands. And look at the global sports sponsorship revenue forecast from 2016 at $700 million to an estimated 2020 at $2.5 billion. This is an area that's going places you cannot afford to ignore.
A ridiculous man. A team of competitive gamers. An unlikely friendship. Brought to you by Team Solomid and Geico Gaming.
So it's already happening, and Geico gets it. A lot of the bigger brands are getting it. So thinking about opportunities where you can connect with this whole demographic that is currently being missed by most of the marketers who are smaller, it's a big opportunity. Just a couple of case studies. Nestle's Hot Pockets, 1.26 million total video views, 1.6 million minutes watched, 10.7 thousand. I don't even know how to translate that, but that's a lot, right? YouTube video likes. What can you do now to take advantage of this? Well, play a lot of League of Legends and get really good. That's one thing. But the big opportunities are esports as a marketing channel, just a place for you to provide content if you're developing content. Marketing and sponsorships on the distribution level, and then you might think about organizing new leagues, tournaments. You could buy a team. They're pretty cheap right now still. Esports venue sponsorships, marketing and sponsorship, and even talent representation or some sort of association. There's a lot of opportunities here right now. On-site event and venue exposure, promotional licensing rights, sampling, team sponsorships, social influencer participation, social interactions, customized content, live spots inside, streaming in-game banners, editorial banners. There's a tremendous amount of opportunity, lots of things that you can do.